Alright guys, so for most of you that are from the old Uncharted games like Uncharted 2 and 3, you probably know most of the things I'm going to be telling you about the nades, but then there are a few different things in Uncharted 4 that didn't exist back in Uncharted 2 and 3. Back in Uncharted 2, grenades were like a straight line. In Uncharted 3, they did start having a bounce, but they were still pretty much a straight line. Right now, they have a much more of an arc and a physics base or physics side to the throwing of the nades. So that's what we're going to be getting into right now. So let's analyze the grenades Newuxtreme style. Let's use some freaking science and some freaking physics to figure out how to use the nades to our best.
I will allow you to bask in my glory.
Alright, so starting off, I have Al Pacino to try and throw a grenade and kill me around the corner. And this is where he throws his nade. Fucking terrible nade. So I go out and bring Manav, which is one of the best Indian players that I know of that plays with me. He knows exactly how to throw a nade. Look at his nade coming in right now. Perfect. Like, it looks perfect, doesn't it? But it actually isn't, and I'll tell you why. He actually got super lucky here because he was on lower ground, I was on higher ground, and there wasn't any sort of a bounce to the nade. If I would have done it, this is how I would have done it myself. It took me a cumulative of at least 30 plus hours for making these amazing pictures. I had to buy Photoshop, I had to learn how to use it, and I had to freaking test and edit out and get good with Photoshop to make all these pictures presentable and sexy as fuck. So you motherfuckers better appreciate this shit. Are you ready for these pictures? Let's go. Alright, so if you look at these pictures, you see the point of origin of where I threw the nade from on the left hand side. The mini circle at the bottom right side of the brick is the human being or the enemy or the opponent. The brick itself is whatever the cover piece of cover is or the fences or whatever else it is in the middle where you have to get your grenades around. And the final point, there's also two other points of contact. One is right next to the player itself, and then where the grenade ends up after bouncing. So that's all you can see in this picture. And if you throw the nade exactly on where the person is, it's gonna bounce out and go ahead of the person. So in this video right here, we're both on equal ground or on level ground, and I try and throw my nade exactly on him, but it still goes behind the person. So that's what can go wrong. What didn't go wrong for Manav was the fact that he was on lower ground and I was on higher ground, and therefore he didn't really have a bounce, and the nade stopped exactly where I was standing. Now, if I were to throw a grenade at him, this is how it would look. The point of contact would be on the fence itself, and here I'm going to show you how. Boom. Down, baby. So it was on the fence, but look at where I exactly placed the nade. It was on the bottom half or the lower half of the fence. Here's how you would throw it in the wrong way. If I threw it exactly a little bit higher above where I exactly was, like if you see exactly where my reticle is right now, what would happen is it would bounce off there and go way beyond where the person is, and it would it would stagger him, but it wouldn't down the actual person. So now say the person's on the inside ledge of the wall or closer to the wall, then this is how you would throw a bad nade, and this is a bad nade that would not kill a person. So I throw it, wall bounce. You can hear her go down. Well, you can hear her stagger, but she doesn't go down because the nade fell way far away from her. I can show you exactly where it hits. So this is where I hit the nade, but it bounced off. This is where I should have hit the nade, and it should have come down here. But what I did was I hit it up here, and it bounced off down to the crater that you see right there. So we're gonna correct this in just a few seconds. This is where you want the nade to land exactly. This is how you want the nade to land. So you want to be much lower, and you want to be behind the divider. And there you go, a perfect nade. So it's a little bit behind. It's not exactly on where the fence is. It's a little bit behind, and it's a little bit lower. And you see the crater was right next to where she was. See the point of contact in slow-mo? This is how it looks if you're going to die to this. There you go. So here's another example of a bad nade. I'm going to use the same video that I did before. If you try and throw the nade exactly on where the person is while you're on even ground, the nade is going to bounce off and go behind the person. It might stagger the person, but it's not going to down him. There you go. Staggered, but not down. Now here's how you want to throw the nade. You want to throw the nade before that person is behind cover. So once it staggers, and once again, this is when you're on equal ground or equal level. If it's behind him, it's going to bounce and hit exactly him. There you go. There's two exceptions to the floor bounces or the floor bounce versions or variations of the grenade throw. One is if you're too close to the person, then the grenade isn't going to bounce that much. It's going to bounce more in the Y direction as opposed to the X direction, and therefore it's still going to kill the person behind the wall. And the other one is if you're on a higher ground, then once again it's going to bounce more in the Y direction but not as much in the X direction. If we were both on equal ground, it would have been the same example I showed you before. Roof nades are pretty rare to pull off in this game. It's just the way that the map layout has been made that you don't really get into a situation where you want to throw a nade on the roof to someone. But still, you might see people hanging up here and camping it out up here while he might be on the underside. So I'm trying to have my friend throw a nade and try and kill me, but he doesn't. He fails. He tries to hit it up there where I just showed you. But if I want to try and throw and kill him... Alright, this is going to be a failed attempt again. There you go. So it failed. I tried to hit the wall or the roof, but I didn't actually hit him. The second time that I have killed him right now, I actually bounced it off the doorway and not on the roof of the inside. Look at it again in slow-mo. The doorway, but not the roof on the inside. Here's another example of a bad wall bounce grenade. So if I misjudge where I want to throw the nade or I want the nade to land up, I'm going to throw it a bit higher compared to where the person is. I've marked the person so you can see him. But this is way too high to be close enough to kill him. So you can hear her scream, but she doesn't go down. I'm going to show you where the grenade lands exactly. This is how you want to actually throw the nade. You want it to be closer or lower on the ledge so that it hits exactly where the person is going to be. Much lower on the wall. And the person's down. I'm going to show you the grenade crater again just so you can see where the point of contact or the point of explosion was. And here's how it looks from the opposite side. So here's another example of a perfectly placed floor nade, if you're on equal level that is. So I'm going to have Manav throw a nade on me and try and kill me. Just look at where his nade lands. Or specifically where it bounces. There, you see it? So it bounces before my table, but then it lands exactly on me, which is exactly what you want. Here's another example of a nade when you're on higher ground and the opponent is on lower ground. You still have a bounce, and you're still able to kill him. So you must have seen a lot of people hanging up on the ledge right here where Manav is right now. Here's another wall bounce grenade that you can use to kill them. Perfect, isn't it? I love this taunt as well. By the way, here's a little swing tip on if you don't know that you could actually get up here. So I kind of failed on the second swing. I was too low on the rope, but anyways, you can get up there using the ropes as well. So there you go. You must have seen people behind those pieces of cover as well. Once again, bounce it beforehand. It's going to reach them behind them. And once again, since you're on higher ground and the opponent is on lower ground, the grenade is going to bounce up higher in the Y direction than it is in the X direction. So you want to be able to sort of manipulate your throws for that. Here's a clip of me trying to get someone to throw an arc grenade, which is supposed to be the easiest grenade in game, and they fail it, and then you're in for some new rage. So enjoy this.
Okay, yeah, I'll stay with you guys.
अरे मानव उसको आग ग्रेनेड फेंक उसके लेज के ऊपर आग ग्रेनेड कर आग कर जल्दी आग यार कैसे आग कैसे उसके ऊपर नहीं फेंक सकता आग अरे लेज के ऊपर
two guys new only two there rush them Atlantic Pacino you need to help me Pacino you need to help me
तीन बंदे हैं
What is the point of playing fucking Uncharted 2 and 3 and all that shit if you can't fucking arc a grenade yaar. So you guys heard that rage? Yeah, I was pretty mad at that point. So I have him throw the exact same arc grenade again, and he manages to fail it once again. So I'm not going to go down there and show him how it's done. First of all, you never stand up like an idiot. You want to take cover, use a simple arc, and throw it on the ledge. Even if it bounces and goes on to the other side, it's still going to land exactly on them and not behind them. Perfect nade. Alright, we have a wall bounce grenade. These are now all examples of wall bounce nades on different parts of the map and popular camping spots on different maps. So there's going to be some examples of the river, there's going to be some examples of the island, and a lot of different ones. Here's another really popular camping spot. Perfect nade right on him. Perfect nade. Here's another very popular side of the map. Perfect nade once again. Here's another really popular side of the map. This is one where everyone wants to swing to right at the start of the game. And down. And finally, we come down to chase nades. So these are some pretty easy nades. This is for anyone that's chasing you, as the name suggests. If someone punches you or shoots you in the back, this is what you want to do. You want to basically turn your camera around at them and just throw a nade down, and they're going to go down on it. Either they're going to go straight down on it, or they're going to stagger, and you can finish them off. So we can look at that in slow-mo once again. He dies in this one, but if you have a hunter chasing you, that's going to get staggered and you can just kill him off as well.
होने वाला है कौन पीछे देख रहा है देखो डिसाइड कर लो
क्लाउड नीचे वाले पे मानो पीछे देखता है मैंने नीचे डाउन किया बंदा ये वो खेल दे मॉल
Need help, 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 need help.
डाउन वन
Alright guys, so I never really ask you for likes or sharing the video and stuff, and it's perhaps because I don't that most of you maybe forget doing it, but we've gone from the Last of Us videos getting like 400, 500 to up to like 1,000, 2,000 views per video, down to about 100, 300 for Uncharted, and I think the Uncharted fan base is a bit bigger than The Last of Us. I think The Last of Us was more of a niche game. So I'm gonna ask you, if you did like this video, please do like it, press the like button on the video, please share it like on any sort of a gaming forum, on your gaming Facebook, like a forum, a Reddit. If you have a Twitter, just tweet it on Twitter to anyone, maybe a Naughty Dog developer or someone that you might think that might be interested in this, maybe to your friends. Everyone's gonna win from this. I see more audience participation. Like if a video just gets like 100 views or 150 views, but it does get like 40 or 50 likes, I know that that's like an active engagement, and even out of 150 views, 40-50 people like that video. So I'm gonna be more motivated to make more stuff. If a new friend of yours actually enjoys the video and he comes up with an idea or gives me an idea to make another video, and I might be able to make something that you might enjoy as well. Everyone wins from this, so if you haven't already, please do like, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you.